Hi and welcome to Discovering China. This week marks the 101st year since the collapse of the Qing dynasty and the start of China's Republican period. We take a look at the historical events that took place in 1911, how the anniversary is celebrated in Taiwan, which still officially goes by the name the Republic of China, and also how traditional Chinese culture flourishes in Taiwan today. 101 years ago this week, the Xinhai Revolution toppled the Qing dynasty. Let's now take a brief look at the historical events that started on October 10th, 1911.
October 10th, 1911 was the day that marked the collapse of the Qing dynasty and led to the end of China's 2,000 years of dynastic rule. On that day, a bomb accidentally exploded, triggering a coup in the city of Wuzhang in Hubei province. China under the Qing dynasty was challenged in every front during the first decade of the 20th century. These challenges included moral disintegration, defeat by Japan, Empress Dowager's coup d'etat against the emperor, and the Boxer Rebellion. The October 10th Wuzhang uprising toppled the Qing dynasty, the last imperial dynasty. The coup triggered the Xinhai Revolution or 1911 Chinese Revolution and ended with the abdication of the last Qing emperor, Puyi, on February 12, 1912. It led to the establishment of the Republic of China in 1912. One of the key players in the downfall of the Qing dynasty during the Double 10th Wuzhang uprising was Sun Yat-sen. Sun became the first president and the founding father of the Republic of China under the Nationalist Party or KMT. As the pioneer of the Republic, Sun was regarded as the father of the nation. He co-founded the KMT and became its first leader. Another key figure was Yuan Shikai, a leading general under the ousted Qing dynasty, who became the second president of the Republic of China. According to historical texts, Yuan established himself as a military dictator and later tried to declare himself as the emperor. However, the aspirations of the pioneer revolutionaries to replace the Qing dynasty with the Republican government never really took off. After Yuan's death in 1916 and until 1928, China remained divided as warlords fought for power. This became a period in the history of the Republic of China known as the Warlord Era. Despite this, the Double 10 1911 Wuzhang uprising marks a major turning point in Chinese history. It ended China's 2,000-year tradition of dynastic rule by emperors, who were regarded as the son of heaven in traditional Chinese culture. It also ended the Manchus' nearly 300 years domination of the Han Chinese. In 1949, nationalist forces were defeated by the communists and fled, moving the Republic of China to Taiwan, where it has remained until today. October 10th continues to be one of the most important national holidays in Taiwan.
October 10th, or the Double 10th, is still celebrated in Taiwan. The island's official name still remains the Republic of China. This year, fireworks lit up the sky in Miaoli City for 40 minutes. Over 84,000 fireworks were set off, including over 7,000 rockets. Taipei's National Palace Museum has played an important role in protecting and promoting traditional Chinese art and cultural relics. Now we take a look at a new exhibition of Western Zhou Dynasty artifacts on display at the museum.
Visitors stand before display cases mesmerized by the cultural grandeur of the Western Zhou Dynasty. The Taipei National Palace Museum has put together nearly 180 items of national treasures from the Western Zhou Dynasty around 1000 BC for this exhibition.
We have provided interpretations of all of the inscriptions we have. Through these interpretations, you can understand the system of ritual music the Zhou people had.
More than 3,000 years ago, King Wu defeated the Shang Dynasty and cultural arts experienced a revival. To make it easier, lords ruled feudal states within the dynasty, and a system of rites and ceremonial music was passed down. The system of religion and moral values of the Western Zhou has been passed down to this day. This has had a really big influence on the traditional values of Chinese people.
The most important development of the Western Zhou dynasty is what we just talked about, using virtue in accordance with heaven. Whatever level of virtue you have, the level of your morality, or how you have cultivated your conduct, determines if you are qualified to fill a certain position.
The exhibition also features many pieces of bronze on loan from institutions from China's Shanxi province. Each piece of green bronze carries a story of several thousand years. This is the first time this bronze plate has left China. Its carvings match historical records in the ancient book titled Record of the Grand Historian.
So carved on it is a record starting from Kings Wen and Wu to King Gong, several generations of kings. This is the first time the record of Zhou kings that Sima Qian wrote in the Record of the Grand Historian has been confirmed, so it has great value and a lot of meaning in the study of history.
Cultural grandeur of the Western Zhou dynasty will run until January next year.
Another aspect of traditional Chinese culture that has flourished in Taiwan is tea drinking. The island is famous for its high mountain teas. We now take you to a tea festival in Nantou County, one of Taiwan's most famous tea-growing areas. On a crisp autumn day, tea masters from all over Taiwan bring their best teas to share with tea lovers at an outdoor feast of more than 1,000 people.
They only hold this event once a year, so many people here drinking tea together. The tea masters have done things so beautifully, giving us this seasonal feeling. I really like these activities. They have organized it this time in Nantou County. In this atmosphere, everyone can really happily drink tea together. This kind of atmosphere and weather is really appropriate to be outside, with nature and share with a few tea-drinking friends.
This wedding cake, or xibing, is made of aged tea leaves. It's very close to the theme of this event.
This year's theme is happy tea. So this year I specially dressed up like a matchmaker. So we hope the tea table can achieve the goal of matching two people together. A centerpiece together with the candlelight presents a more romantic atmosphere.
The word xi, or happiness, is often associated with weddings in Chinese culture.
Using tea to make a tea cake instead of the usual type of wedding cake, this is great. It lets people know that tea can be made into cakes. Manufacturing it this way is a great way to sample tea.
Taiwan is famous for its high mountain tea. At the expo, organizers present specialty teas from 19 of Taiwan's tea-growing regions for tea enthusiasts to taste.
Once you drink it, you get a definite aftertaste. The taste of tea lingers in your mouth. Each time you brew the tea, it has its own individual character. Drinking this certainly makes the $3 ticket price worth it. The most valuable and what we are most proud of is from Lugu County Farm. It can cost around $1,000 for 20 ounces. There are others like the Tieguanyin tea from Muzha, Wenshan Paochong tea, Mei Mountain Specialty tea, Xinyi Farm tea, and Ren'ai Village tea. Together, these varieties are worth over $4,000.
The Korean Tea Society also brought its lotus flower tea to share. The annual Tea Expo has attracted a lot of attention, letting international friends experience Taiwan's culture of drinking and welcoming guests with tea. Lastly today, Taiwan is the home of one of the Silver Award winners of NTD Television's recent International Chinese Culinary Competition on Times Square, New York. He returned home to a hero's welcome. Holding banners, co-workers present flowers to chef Xie Wenzhang, one of the Silver Award winners of NTD Television's 5th International Chinese Culinary Competition. Although Xie arrived late at night, his wife and co-workers met him at the airport.
The feeling I have returning to Taiwan is obviously for my family. What's most surprising is to see so many of my colleagues coming to welcome me back. I'm very happy. I'm also very surprised my wife is here, because I only just phoned her. Realistically speaking, I'm very surprised I got this award. After all, there are so many chefs over there competing. Being able to share with all the great chefs is a great honor. I just wanted to cook well, with all my heart, the traditional cuisine that I know and have learned.
Xie looks forward to share his cooking experience on Times Square with his colleagues. He hopes more chefs will participate in future competitions to allow traditional Chinese cooking to shine on the world stage through NTD's global competition. Thank you for watching Discovering China. Don't forget you can subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. And if you're interested in learning Chinese, check out our Learn Chinese series titled Learn Chinese Now on YouTube for useful phrases every week. We'll see you next time.